This week I want to talk to you about salt. Well, why salt? Have you ever known anyone to be extremely dehydrated, and when they go to the hospital, they're given an IV drip of extremely expensive saline solution, right? Why saline solution? Why salt water? Because without the salt in the water, without those electrolytes, you will not become hydrated. So in addition to my little mineral complex drinks that I take with me on every single session, I've been experimenting with putting little bits of salt in just a bottle of water and seeing how it affects my session. And I kid you not, it's so amazing that I had to do a full series on salt, and that's what we're going to be doing this week. So if you guys want to just get on the ball and try it out, put a little pinch of salt in a bottle of water during your next session and just sip on it. See if it doesn't change your life. What's up, guys? Salt, episode 2. Have you ever experienced this god-awful feeling of after a really intense skate session or like a hard workout, you start chugging down the water, right? And no matter how much you drink, you still feel like thirsty, like still really thirsty. And so you drink more and you start to fill up and you're getting full, but you're still thirsty. So you drink some more and you keep getting more and more full. Gosh, it's a terrible, terrible cycle, right? Well, I don't know exactly what the mechanism is that's the full cause of that entire terrible feeling, but I'm pretty sure that it has something to do with the lack of salt being in the digestive system. Because I do know that if you put a little salt in your water, clear it right up. All right, guys, skate well, stay well. Stay tuned for more. What's up? Salt, episode 3. So this last week I was experimenting with my first 3-day fast, followed by 2 days of OMED, which is 1 meal a day, then another 2 days of fasting. So how in the world does someone go so long without actually eating? But you know the answer. That's right. Salt and water. So every time I felt just a little bit hungry, I would simply sip on some salt water and my hunger would then dissipate. Have you ever drinking a Gatorade and felt full? Well, guess what? Inside Gatorade is a whole bunch of salt, a whole bunch of sugar, and you feel full because of the salt. So salt certainly does help set aside hunger. Now, I was also taking my 90 essential minerals and vitamins because I'm a huge supplementer. But other than that, and maybe a little bit of bone broth at night, that was about it. So if you ever want to get into fasting or intermittent fasting, sipping on some salt water is a fantastic tool to help you get started. Salt, episode 4. Can your doctor cure heartburn? All right, so a doctor can give you antacids, they can give you proton pump inhibitors like Prilosec, and a gastroenterologist can perform surgeries to alleviate the symptoms like, stretching out your throat and esophagus, right? But will that cure your heartburn? No, because it always comes right back. You'll always need to reach for that bottle of Tums. But you know what just might help? I think you guys know the answer. That's right. Try sipping on a whole lot of salt water. See if it doesn't make a difference. All right, guys. More on this to come. Skate well, stay well. I'll see you in the next one. Salt, episode 5. Heartburn and proton pump inhibitors. How does a proton pump like Prilosec work? Well, it works by inhibiting your body's ability to create stomach acid. And perhaps under the supervision of a doctor, in order to get you on the other side of pain, it might not be a bad idea short term. But if you want to think about this long term, is lowering your stomach acid really a good idea? Well, let's just think about the role of stomach acid for just a moment. Its sole purpose is to take everything you've ever eaten and to break it down to the smallest possible particle, so that way when the food passes from your stomach and into your intestines, these little guys called the villi can then absorb all the vital minerals and nutrients that our bodies so desperately need. Now, can we absorb vitamins and minerals and nutrients without strong stomach acid? Something to think about. Salt, Episode 6. Just how dangerous is malabsorption of minerals and vitamins in our stomach? Still stuck on stomach acid. Check out this quick clip, courtesy of Bita Healing. Check out his page, tons of information there.
We eliminated 900 different diseases in animals which still plague people. Because we realized there were nutritional deficiencies, we increased the nutritional supplementation of zoo animals and eliminated all the diseases. This is what saved the panda.
So that's Dr. Joel Wallach showing established science that over 900 different diseases are the result of mineral deficiencies. So if we can get ourselves, our digestion working properly, we can supplement properly as well. Can we perhaps prevent 900 different diseases in people? Joel Wallach certainly thinks so. I'm kind of on board as well. Lots more information on vitamins, minerals, nutrients to come. Skate well, stay well. See you in the next one, guys. Salt, Episode 7, Acid Reflux and a Difference in Perspective. So from the perspective of the allopathic MD, what are the common causes of acid reflux disease? Doctors aren't always sure. Now, if they don't know the cause, can they truly fix the problem? I don't know, but whatever the case is, they believe that it's triggered by an increase of acid in your esophagus. Acid reflux disease may develop for a variety of reasons. Goes on to talk about stomach abnormalities, pregnancy, smoking, obesity, even mentions medications like aspirin, ibuprofen, and blood pressure medications. So, what they believe is that these things trigger an increase in the stomach acid. So, with true reductionistic thinking and mindset, of course, the way they would handle it is by attacking the body's ability to increase or make more stomach acid because they believe it's the increase, that they have too much stomach acid. Want to hear another perspective? Let's take a look at the naturopathic side and you let me know what you think makes more sense. Salt, Episode 8, the naturopathic perspective with Dr. Joel Wallach. Check it out.
The chief cells in your stomach cannot make stomach acid without salt. Okay? Salt is the raw material. Sodium chloride is the raw material to make hydrochloric acid in your stomach. Salt is required to make stomach acid. You don't have enough stomach acid, you get reflux, incorrectly called acid reflux. It's reflux. Reflux is caused by insufficient amounts of stomach acid, not too much stomach acid. So doctors have even named it the wrong thing, right? And basically, you get reflux when you don't have enough stomach acid to keep your stomach environment sterile. So yeast begin to grow in there, so you eat carbohydrates and sugar. They ferment that, produce gas. Heartburn, pressure, reflux. Because you have all these things growing in your stomach.
Salt, Episode 9. Running out of digits here. Just some random thoughts from a random guy. After weighing out these two theories, are the allopathic MDs correct that their theory that there's so much stomach acid building up in your stomach that it's then touching and corroding away the bottom of the esophagus? The problem I have with that is that stomach acid is acid. So, would it not destroy the bottom of the sphincter door there? Or is it as Dr. Joel Wallach believes, that due to the lack of the nutrient salt, along with a few other nutrients out there and different things that are needed for proper digestion, proper stomach acid, that there is an imbalance that occurs, thus causing things to grow that usually wouldn't grow in there, which then creates a gas that floats up and irritates the door. What makes more sense to you? Skate well, stay well. Salt, Episode 10, High Blood Pressure.
There's a study that was done that came out in JAMA, the Journal of the American Medical Association. They looked at 56 studies that had been done around the world on salt and high blood pressure, and they combined them into one study, and some doctors from Toronto Medical School up at the University of Toronto researched all this, and they said, hey, people who have normal blood pressure, there's no benefit to restricting your salt intake. It does not protect you from high blood pressure. If you have high blood pressure, only 5% of the people with high blood pressure get any benefit from restricting salt, only 5%. And then they only reduce their blood pressure by 3.7 millimeters of mercury. If your blood pressure is up 25, 30, 40 points, it's kind of stupid to give up salt for other reasons because it has nothing to do positively for your health. There's so many doctors that have a vested interest in getting people off of salt that they told them to get off of salt. You have to keep coming in and getting medicine and water pills and this, that, and the other. Why would they tell you to go ahead and salt your food and stay home and enjoy yourself? There is no proof in the pudding that getting salt out of your diet has any health or longevity benefit.
There it is. Woo. Salt, episode 11. So why have I been talking about salt for the last 10 episodes now? It's because salt is an essential nutrient. It is a basic building block of life and health. Now, there are 89 other essential nutrients. An essential nutrient is a nutrient that the body needs, but it cannot make on its own merit. So there are 89 others. And so if any of you have tried the salt challenge, just simply sipping on a little bit of salt water and you were able to get on the other side of nausea or heartburn or have more energy during a session, or just found that you're actually able to hydrate yourself with just this one amazing nutrient, just imagine what your life could be like if you take in the other 89 essential nutrients. More on that to come. Skate well, stay well. I'll see you guys in the next one. There it is. Boom!
Salt craving should be met by drinking Celtic sea salt water or Himalayan salt water, or making sure that you're getting your plant-derived minerals. I like the salts because they tend to be a little bit more satisfying. In fact, people are shocked when they see how unbelievably delicious something as simple as salt water can be, how unbelievably refreshing something as simple as salt water can be, how unbelievably energizing something as simple as salt water can be. And the thing about salt water is you don't eat very much. In fact, if you are like most people and you're salt deficient, and most people, or many people at least, are salt deficient, and you put a little bit of salt, Celtic sea salt, not Morton's, not table salt, but a good, well-rounded gourmet salt like an ocean salt or Himalayan salt, and you put it in water and drink it and sip on it, it's going to taste unbelievably delicious to you. And then as you sip on more of it, it's going to taste less and less delicious less and less tasty, less and less delicious to you. And then you're going to reach a point where it doesn't taste good at all. And that's how you know you've met your salt needs. And if somebody were to put salty potato chips in front of your face, or French fries, or something you absolutely, under ordinary circumstances, couldn't stop eating, and you have met your salt needs, you're not even going to be able to eat those French fries. You have to force yourself to eat those French fries or those potato chips or corn chips or whatever it is.